Welcome back to the Sort of Truth podcast, the alcohol-fueled, chapter-by-chapter reread of the Sort of Truth series with a swig of craft brew on the side. That's right, I sip like a gentleman. I'm Nate.
And I'm Jade, and on this episode we are returning to chapter 19 of Blood of the Fold.
Are you doing a reread?
Well, no, but Richard's returning.
Yes.
That was the first part of the next note, so I thought it would be nice.
Oh, you thought I was looking ahead? No. No. Totally unprepared.
Surprise! So, getting right into it, Richard is returning from looking for Brogan.
Oh, I didn't know that.
He's got a 4-day-old beard on his face, which means that it's been 4 days since he saw Kaylin and removed it.
4-day beard? That's bullshit.
Why? Oh.
I mean, I believe he can do it, but I'm saying you could give me 4 months and I won't have a beard. Such crap.
It doesn't say how well, covered his face is.
It said beard at all. It's gotta be thick enough to be like, dude's got a beard.
Okay, well... Anyways, it's been 4 days. That's the main
4
point.
days, yes.
So
that's the important thing.
He and the trackers had failed to find Brogan and his sister and the other dude, and Richard feels like a dum-dum for trusting the man even a little bit and letting him get away. He always sees the good in people, and it made him botch his first task as a leader, and that's not good.
I don't believe that. I don't believe that at all. He surrounded the palace with thousands of guards in an effort to not let him go because he didn't trust him.
I think he's thinking he should have put him, in a cell.
Chains? Yeah, probably.
Or,
probably.
a room in the palace. Not let him leave, period.
But I also feel like what he did was sufficient. I feel like there were some guards fucking off that need to be talked to about their jobs, potentially keeping their jobs, but, thousands.
Well,
he did okay.
In Richard's statement about always seeing the good in people, right now, currently, he may be doing that, but he has a history of not trusting people.
Right.
All of last book. So.
Or the first one, or most of this one so far.
Yeah. So, he sends Elik and Eugen to go get her.
What? Elik and Eugen? These are new guys? Elik and Egan's cousins, I'll bet.
Oh my god.
Big German-looking guys.
I thought I just
really
swapped
friendly.
them, back and I thought I just, swapped them.
I wasn't sure that you said what you said. I had to, think about it for a second. I was like, yeah, no, that wasn't right, was it?
No, I did, apparently. Okay, well, Elik and Egan, that's their names, right?
Yes.
Okay. He sends them to go get a report from Rybish. Then he stops by Sanderholt, and he's like, hey, can you get me some food for me and my boys?
We's
my
tired.
guards.
We's hungry.
We need some food. And then he heads to a nearby room to go sit down, because the motherfucker needs to sit. He's been doing
off of his
a lot.
feet.
Yeah. On his way there, Berdine stops him, in his fucking way, in the doorway to his little private sitting room, and she's cold and demanding, immediately asking where the fuck he was. This is a total 180 from the Berdine we saw last time, being like, don't look at my butt.
Where's our bubbly little blood-covered friend?
Yeah, I don't know. She's talking to him as a Mord Sith.
She's changed a bit. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, this is not my friend.
And she's clearly threatening him when she's like, don't fucking wander off without telling me again. That's not she's like, understand? It's not we're having fun. No, you fucking understand, bud, because you're gonna get it if you don't.
Don't misunderstand me. This is not a request. This is a demand.
Right. Well, Richard does misunderstand. He takes the see the good tact once again. Immediately after just realizing that that's not something he should be doing all the time. And he assumes he's just imagining this. And so he attempts to make light of the situation and tells her that she's still his favorite. No need to worry. And he discovers that she's not fucking joking.
I'm kind of amazed that he wasn't immediately like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
I mean, I know it's out of concern, but once the Aegil comes up, huge problem. Huge problem.
We were friends, but do you know who I am? You don't want to be you don't want to do that to me. Don't do that to me.
You sound like who is it, Austin Powers' dad. He's like, do you know who I am? Just go ahead and fall down now.
So her response...
Judo chop!
Oh.
Sorry.
Shit. Her response is to bring her Aegil up and use it to block his way further. And she's obviously not afraid to use it on him at this point.
Very real threat.
Yes. Again, she orders him to tell her where he went. And seeing her this way as Mistress Berdine makes him regret his faith in the Mord Sith as a whole. And he's, like, pissed. Immediately.
Yeah, I mean, it is kind of insane that they tortured him, and he knows that they're, like, broken, right?
Yeah.
In a few different ways, but mentally, they are half crazy because of everything that happens to him. And, like, that's not just going to disappear because it's for you and your team now.
No, not at all. You're playing with fire, like, literally.
Yeah.
I think at this point, though, he realizes it. He gets, like, he pulls back from being the nice guy, and he's mad. He's trying to restrain his anger.
He's realized that it is actually a threat.
Yes.
And he's like, oh, not funny anymore.
Yeah.
And now I need to respond in kind.
Yeah.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah, because I'm not going to fucking put up with this. But he tells her, I will answer you. I went to go see Brogan right away, like I had to, and I took my guards, like the other Mord Sith fucking asked me. But then Berdine makes a solid point about how he's the leader of everybody, and they have trackers and soldiers, and he is needed at the palace.
We got guys for that. What are you doing?
Yeah. Like, as crazy as she's being, 100%, what the fuck? There's no reason.
It's crazy. It's like thinking that when as a nation we decide to, like, take somebody out, the president goes along. Like, no, the fuck he doesn't.
Yeah. Kings being on the front lines of battle, like, it's a symbolic thing. Cool, you're gonna die for your people, but you're gonna die for your people.
I could see that, but again, this isn't a battle.
No.
This is just some shit they're dealing with. So, like, no, he wouldn't be anywhere near that. He's got guys for that.
Yeah.
Because he's the Lord Rawl.
I don't give a shit if you are a woods guide or not. You're not even in the woods.
Right.
Fuck off with that.
Can I come with you guys? No, absolutely not.
Go sit in the chair, Richard.
It's literally our job to keep you away from harm, and we are directly headed towards harm, so no.
Yeah, so you can kind of see why she's being a little bit aggressive about it, in a way. Like, it is weird, but also, like, he's risking some big shit by just being like, I'm gonna go ride a horse. What if you fall down the mountain, asshole?
Right. Hey, we learned that in the very first book. Even if you, like, roll your ankle, you could still be fucked.
For real. Then Berdine aggressively points the Aegil in front of his eyes, like, in his face, and Richard has to refrain from breaking her arm before she takes off.
Like, I get not wanting the Aegil to be in your face, but why did it go right to, I'm gonna break your goddamn arm? Is it because it was... like, she was pointing it at him, so that was the closest thing to him?
Like, reflex?
Yeah.
I think maybe a little bit, and it had said it, like, a couple chapters before that the anger, like, the rage of the Seeker was, like, burning, and it didn't say the Seeker specifically, but it said the rage was burning. So he may have been, like, blacking out angry, you know, like the Seeker tends to do sometimes.
Oh, I don't know what happened.
But,
I just woke up. And I was screaming, I told you not to go there!
I mean, self-defense is one thing. He has been abused by these people. There is PTSD here, so you can kind of understand maybe the visceral reaction. But yes, first reaction should not be to violently break somebody's arm.
Right. Especially, like, look, especially a Mord Sith, who you know is more than capable of doing it right back, and who can probably stand having her arm broken and still attack you.
Oh, yeah.
I would assume.
They can handle pain.
It's like that, boy, if you shoot me, you'd better make sure I'm all the way dead, because if you miss even a little, I'm going to get back up and kill you twice.
Yeah.
So, you're just taking a risk. But I'm glad he doesn't, because that would have ended very poorly.
Yes. So, once alone, Richard lets out his frustration at realizing that he's let all these people so close to him that are dangerous and they've done really fucking terrible things.
Yeah, like we talked about that earlier. It's insane for him to just expect everybody to change now that they're on his team.
Yeah, like he just slid into this group of baddies thinking they're going to change if they get a chance to.
Right.
Like, villains don't realistically change often, unfortunately. I feel like.
No, I mean, they're the bad guys. But also, they've been living an existence where this has worked for them for their entire existence.
Yeah.
So just because you show up and have a different opinion doesn't necessarily mean... I mean, okay, he's the boss, so yes, it does. But it doesn't necessarily mean that they have to change their whole way of life if it works for them.
Right, and I mean, it's nice to think that everybody has good in them and that they would rather choose good if they could. But, like, the reality is, there's a lot of shit people. And especially people who have been living shit lives. Like, I feel like there's going to be a higher percentage of shitty people in those people, and he shouldn't be surprised. Like, this realization is good for him, I guess is my point.
Yeah, well, yeah. He's got to be the hero guy. He can't just go around trusting everybody.
No, you can't.
It's not going to end well.
So Richard takes a minute. He looks out the window and realizes he misses fucking Gratch and Caelid, people he knows he can trust and aren't shitbags underneath. For a moment, he considers just running back to Heartland Woods and leaving the rest of the world to deal with all this bullshit by themselves.
Which sounds great, by the way.
Yeah, fuck them. I mean, other than the fact that you both have magic, so, like, they're probably not gonna leave you alone, but okay, that's fine.
Somebody will come find you.
Yeah. And he wishes Zed was there with him so that he could, like, help him navigate some of this stuff.
Yeah, I mean, Richard right now is in a place where he's surrounded with people he doesn't really know, just came to that realization, who are all dangerous. He's now the leader of a new, like, country. Not really a new country, but, like, the Midlands are all individual countries now, and he's in charge of all of those and Dahara, and he's basically fighting a war, also something he's never done.
Yeah.
Like, he's completely 1,000% out of his element. Not to even mention, has no idea how magic works and is a war wizard. Oh, by the way.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I would be fucking homesick too, missing somebody who I can, like, rely on and get advice from or anything like that.
Yeah, just, like, honestly vent about all these bitches.
I would, yes, I'd need a good vent sesh and a strong beer.
Hell yeah.
Or, in today's case, a rum and coke. So I guess that means we are to the beer break.
Heck yeah, we are, except it's not really a beer break.
No, it's not beer. It's just a rum and coke tonight. We're still sitting on those parents. Okay, so here's the deal. We have to get to a weekend. Once we record on the weekend, for the week after, we will be able to drink the Perrin beer. Mm-hmm. I am going to the store tomorrow to get more beer in the meantime. So tonight, it's a rum and coke. You go solid 4 fingers of rum through the ice cubes, not straight. That's why the cubes first is important. And then you got to top the whole rest of it off with, typically around here, it's the Coke Cherry Zero.
I mean,
it's solid.
You got to remember that 4 fingers is different for, like, me versus you.
Well, yeah, but that's why I said you got to fill it with cubes first, because it's not actually 4 fingers.
Well, I'm just saying my fingers are smaller than yours, so like my 4 fingers is a whole finger smaller
fist.
than yours.
Just put a whole fist of rum in there. That actually doesn't sound bad. I guarantee you a pirate said that. Anyways, we are gonna continue drinking these, and we'll be back right after this.
Hey guys, Jade here from All the Things, and I want to talk to you a little bit about 4 Acre Freedom. 4 Acre Freedom is a family-owned and operated one-stop shop for everything you're probably already looking for. They've got great shirts and hoodies. Don't forget your beer koozies. Those are essential. I mean, we know all about that. We actually have some with the All the Things logo on it, and they look pretty sweet. Just saying. They've got custom-made rings and jewelry too, which Nate and I also have, and they're awesome. We posted those on Facebook if you want to get a better look at what those might turn out like. They do custom woodwork and signs, like if you want a grace or a quote. They have a thingy that'll just etch it all out on wood so you get exactly what you want every single time. They can do leather work. You want a custom sheath for your knife? Do you need a new belt? They can do that too. I mean, you can put those 2 things together and probably make a pretty sick baldric, just saying.